Greetings, one and all, and welcome to a brand new series and my 200 subscriber Q&A. This is going to be the video that launches my Time Traveler series, where we talk to historic figures, well, of my choosing, basically, people that I admire and have researched and have really enjoyed hearing about, and I'm going to share them with you in this series. First, we're going to explore a little bit about what Art Deco means, because this apartment building is based on that movement. And it started back in the 1920s, 1925 to be exact, at the exposition in Paris, where they explored new art forms, which they referred to as art décoratif, and that means decorative arts. And that's where we get Art Deco from. Among the influences that are commonly cited are Native American art, the Cubist period of Picasso's artwork in the early 20th century, as well as the clean, sleek, curvy lines of the new automobiles that were coming out, and last but not least, the Egyptian art influence from the opening of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1923, which sparked a lot of excitement over the beautiful and ornate decorations of the sarcophagus in the tomb, as well as numerous other objects that they found when they opened the tomb. It was a very exciting time and people's imaginations were really sparked. I have a really deep passion for the 1920s and the 30s and 40s. I don't know why, I can't explain it, I just do. So this apartment building where all of our figures are going to be living is going to be a living, breathing example of what I've created in Sims 4 to reflect that in my mind's eye. Without further ado, let's get on to your awesome questions submitted on Twitter after my awesome 200 subscriber mark was crossed. Thank you guys for the support. First is for the love of Sims, Miss Sam. Why did you decide to start a YouTube channel? What is your favorite townie in The Sims? And what are some goals you have for yourself going forward now that you hit 200? All good questions, and I'm going to try and be as brief as possible and still answer all of them. I started my channel at the beginning of this year, which has not been the best year, but my inspiration for that was, believe it or not, Plumbella. I don't watch a lot of big YouTubers now, but the way she started her channel and just how sweet and sincere she was at the beginning and just really showing a passion for this game franchise really make me think that I could do something like that. I'm a creative person, I deal with the public a lot, and I'm very comfortable with that. So I thought, why not share one more art form with everyone and just see if they like it. My favorite townie, that's a tough one. I don't have any really favorite townies. I do like to mess with some of them, Nancy Landgrab being number one on that list. Love to mess with her. She's terrible, and I love to make fun of her in my videos. It's the best thing. I'm sure you've seen it. Let's see, next goals I have. Definitely want to explore more things I'm passionate about and bring them into the Sims world, much like my Alice series. This series is going to be like that, with my love of history and my passion for this time period. I'm really going to delve into some of that in the coming year, as well as new editing tricks and graphics and things that I can do to really improve in my video production. Those are my goals coming up. Let's see, now that I've hit 200, yeah, I'm definitely going to explore stuff and hope that more people like what I like. So number 2 is the Mermaid Simmer. What are some challenges you've encountered with having a YouTube channel? What is your favorite part of making YouTube videos? And what would you like to see added to the game? Let's see, that's another good set of questions. Thank you so much. So challenges, as always, wanting to express myself and then not being able to ignore the numbers. That is challenging. Feeling like either people aren't interested or they've turned away from something that maybe was interesting at one point. That's hard to stomach, even though the numbers shouldn't matter because this is about passion for what I'm doing. They do sometimes, and that is challenging. Let's see. What else? Favorites. Favorite parts. Gosh, I love so much of making videos. I love trying to share ideas and concepts, my personality and sense of humor through my videos, and sharing things that I think other people would find interesting. I also love editing, strangely. So that's probably what I would consider my favorite part, is just really bringing it together at the end and being able to share that. What would I like to see added? I'm very much I'm all about the skin tone thing. Important, very important. The babies being not just objects, also love that. What I want to see a lot is travel to other places. Like, when they gave us that little survey and asked us about different locations we might want to visit, like skiing in the mountains or going to Italy, visiting Tuscany. How much would I love that in The Sims? I would adore that. So those are probably my top three. Let's see. Next is Miss Chelsea at Studio Simly. Where is your dream holiday destination? So similar to the last question about what I would like to see added to The Sims, I would like to revisit places that I've been and just have a lot more fun in them. Among those places that I love are Montreal, Canada, Florence, Italy, and pretty much all of the British Isles. I've been to all of those places, but I would really, really like to explore them further, either by myself or with people that will also enjoy the trip. And maybe there's something like that in the future, but I can't really narrow it down because I love those three places so very, very much. Thank you for your question, though. Let's see. Next is Beth. What's the reasoning behind your name, Simstress? What's your favorite hobby aside from Sims? Who's your favorite Sims family? What's your happiest memory? These are all such loaded questions because I could talk for days, as you well know. But the reasoning behind my name, I've combined two things that I think are similar. I grew up with a seamstress grandmother, and I watched her create beautiful things that were very helpful to me out of basically scraps. So, just a creator of beautiful things from nothing is one of the portions of that name. The other one is, I think, of a mistress of like a grand manor house. She's got a bunch of details to take care of. She just rules over everything and looks like it's just so effortless, and she's able to have this gorgeous environment around her. So creating a gorgeous environment basically from nothing, starting with what the game gives you and just building something beautiful from there, that's kind of what I was thinking. And I'm hoping that I'm doing that at least a little bit. Let's see, my favorite hobby, I have so many. I love all things artsy. I love to paint and sketch. I'm a calligrapher. I do all kinds of arts related things. I can't even think of all of them right now. And of course, I've been professionally singing and teaching voice my entire life. Singing, I guess, could be a side hobby at this point because we're not really doing a whole lot in public these days. So all of that, love the arts. I'm all about it. And I also love writing. I love writing. Um, I also like poetry, which is kind of lame, but admittedly, yeah. My favorite Sims family, I can't name a townie family. It's got to be the Simstress and Woody and the kids. Just in my last couple episodes, just really looking back at her life developing, meeting Woody, having the kids, watching them grow up, and then seeing them go off to school and having like this montage of their entire life, their photo album. It was very moving in a very strange way. So they have to be my favorite just because I feel like they're almost real. I've grown up with them. They've grown up with me, rather. We have a relationship, which is strange because they're pixels on a screen, but still, they are my favorite family right now. And my happiest memory, my mom was divorced when I was very young, and when I was about 5, she had to go back to work, and I went to the local Catholic school and had to come home for lunch each day, and my grandma would be there. One day, it wasn't her, it was my mom. She took off of work just for me to recreate all the wonderful days from when I was younger that we spent together, and she made me an egg salad sandwich. It sounds silly, but it tasted better than any sandwich I've ever had in my life, and her making that gesture that day and being surprised by it is really one of the most wonderful memories I've ever had. I felt so loved and so wanted in that moment that I've just held on to it as like the pinnacle of what it feels like to be happy. Sounds really sappy, but yes, an egg salad sandwich is my happiest memory, Beth. Okay, Lucy Green is next, aka Coffee Simmer. What's the most exciting thing about having your own channel and the most annoying thing? I think I kind of brushed on these a little bit. Exciting is sharing things you love and have passion for and seeing other people get interested in it. There's just something wonderful about having that community around and just sharing your love for different topics on a platform that we all enjoy is great. The most annoying thing definitely is noticing those numbers. Again, that's just it gets easier as you grow and change and evolve, but it's still a really young channel. And I think that's probably going to still be annoying periodically. Thank you for your question, Lucy. Next is Miss Aria. And what got you into The Sims is her question, as well as who inspires you? Well, I think definitely Plumbella was a big part of that. But at this point, who inspires me is everybody around me that does content. I spend at least 2 or 3 days each month just loading myself up with all the creators that are small YouTubers and watching what they're doing and how they're expressing themselves. And once I'm done with that binge session, I just feel so alive and ready to go create some more. So those people make me feel like we're all in this together, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite part of this. Next question is from the Mom Cave. What is your greatest success and what is your greatest challenge? In life or in The Sims? That's a tough one. In Sims, it was definitely hitting that 200 mark and feeling somewhat validated for starting the channel and that I didn't give up. And my greatest challenge has been just sticking with it in a year that has been absolutely insane, both personally and globally. That has been a huge challenge, just coming back and using my Sims as a refuge. Thank you so much for that question, because it really makes me think about how much more deeply the Sims play a role than I expect them to. Thank you so much, Mom Cave. And next is Candy Coated Sims. Favorite townies to play, interact with? What is your favorite world for gameplay? And what is your favorite world to build in? My favorite townies, always the ones that are annoying. I love Eliza Pancakes and Nancy Landgrab because I like to mess with them. I have played as Malcolm Landgrab before because I always think I can give Malcolm a better life if I get him away from his family. So such a sad story. So those are probably my favorites. I love to play in, gosh, I'm a big Windenburg fan. The mountains, kind of the beautiful coffee shops. That's so me. And to build in, I always build in Newcrest. I try to build in every single world, but I always go to Newcrest because you can use the lot size as an inspiration and then do whatever you want, any lot style, and then move it. It's just a great little, starting point for a lot of my builds. I wouldn't say it's my favorite world, but it's definitely where I build a lot of important things. So I do love that little, big, huge lot. Let's see. Next question is from Builder Brad 1. What is your favorite game besides any of the Sims series? That would have to be World of Warcraft. I know it's so old school, right? But I have been playing that as long as I've been playing The Sims, and I wouldn't say I'm equally entranced by it, but I will say that that is where I go when I have any downtime and just lose myself in that realm. I'm not huge on sci-fi or anything, but I am very into horror, and I feel like some of that kind of fear factor is represented in that game. The whole survival aspect and finding your new way and seeing new worlds. I just eat that up. I'm just always going to love that game, right alongside all of the Sims in the whole franchise. I've loved all of those as well. Obviously more obsessed with The Sims, however, because there's a channel now. Thank you, Builder Brad, for that question. And finally, Mandy's Gaming Garden. What version of The Sims is your favorite and why? I think I need to stick with this answer, even though my channel is pretty much all Sims 4. I love Sims 3. Of the ones that I've played, I didn't really get to explore the original Sims. I've played 2, 3, and 4. 3 has always been my favorite. I don't know what it is about it. The hair is terrible. There's so many just weird, quirky things about that game, but just the gameplay is just, it always felt more realistic for some reason. And I just love some of the options that pop up in the relationships and in their interactions. It's just always been so much more fun for me. Just as, playing on the side, on my days off. So, thank you, Mandy's Gaming Garden, for that last question. Finally, we are here at the screenshots. I hope you have enjoyed listening to me ramble while you've been watching me build this apartment building. Gosh, there's so much coming up on the channel. I hope you're going to stick with me for this new series. And I want to thank everybody that submitted a question on Twitter, anybody who's followed the channel and gotten me to that 200 subscriber mark. I am eternally grateful because it makes me feel like this little corner of my world is a wonderful, warm place that I can come to and feel safe. Thank you, everybody, for all the support. And send much love to everyone out there who's listening and anybody who's bothering to watch. Thank you again for everything. Keep your eyes out for the first episode of Time Traveler. It's probably going to be a few days, a week or two. We'll see, because we have a lot of development to do on this series. So until then, I hope that everybody is doing great. I'm going to be taking a little time off, and I'll be able to watch a lot more of everyone else's content while I'm preparing this series. And that'll be great for once, having a little bit of time to just expand and do some research and just have fun. I hope you enjoy the final product and come back and watch that Time Traveler sometime at the end of August. Thank you so much for your support again, and I hope that you all have a beautiful day.